بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Special mudaf. Now, why we say them special mudaf? So if you see, like, there are a handful of words in Arabic that always appear as mudaf, but do not necessarily create the meaning of belonging. So that's the important thing, right? So when we say belonging, when you translate them, you can easily find out, like, there is a possessor or an owner, and there is a thing that is being owned or possessed, right? But with these handful of words, although they play a mudaf role, but you will not gonna see that possession or belonging in a sense in that compound or in that fragment. So that's why we say them in special mudaf. So these are the words, and they are many times used in Quran. You must memorize their meanings as well. Like baina means between, hawla means around or surround. Inda means with. Mainly it's used in a with meaning, but it can be appearing as at or by. Ma'a means mainly with, or it can be in support of, but mainly it's used with, meaning with. So amama in front of, khalfa behind, qaddama right in front of, wara'a far behind. This one I'll cover later, like with this. Fawqa above, tahta under, qabla before, ba'ada after. So duna is like other than or beside. Uh, Sometime less than. Mainly it is used like as a besides or other than in the meaning. Ladai is in the presence of. Min ladun means especially from. So the word above remain mansoob. So you will keep them in with fatha, right? So they will always gonna have fatha. So just keep them in mansoob form unless preceded by harjar. So all those 17 harjar we will learn in a future classes. But as I mentioned, right, harjar are the handful of words. Those are called harjar. Why? Because any word that comes after them, after those words, will be in jar status. So all these uh, words will remain in nasab status, like they will be in nasab. It's like fawqa will be fawqa, but let's say if I put a harf jar before fawqa, like min, right? Min is a harf jar. Then fawqa become fawqi. It will become fawqi. Why? Because now it is preceded by a harf jar. So if there is a harf jar before these special mudaf, they will have kasra. Otherwise, they will always be in nasab status, or they will always be mansoob with fatha, right? But if you see a harf jar before them, then they will have a kasra, because harf jar convert the word into jar status that comes after it. All right, so let's see some examples from Quran. So these are few examples for this set of words, like fawqa, tahta, qabla, ba'da. Fawqa means above, tahta means under, qabla means before, and ba'da means after. So first example is ثم صبوا فوق رأسه من عذاب الحميم. Right? Then pour over their heads. Now you see there is no off. There is no belonging. So رأسه. There are actually two words. رأس means head. رأسه like their head. فوق, here we learned فوق means above or over, right? So فوق رأسه, over their head. Now if you see فوق, we say it's a mudaf, it's a special mudaf. So that's why you see ra'si is in jar form, because after mudaf you have mudafun ilayhi, and mudafun ilayhi is always in jar status. So that's why it's not ra'su, it's not rasa, it is ra'si with kasra. Fawqa ra'si. So this is mudaf, and ra'si is in mudafun ilayhi. يوم يغشاهم العذاب من فوقهم ومن تحت أرجلهم. Let's focus this one. وَمِن تَحْتِ أَرْجُلِهِمْ. All right. Arjul is basically rajul. Rijl means foot, and arjul is a plural, feet. So arjulihim, him is a pronoun, so it's a two word actually. Their feet, right? Their feet. Tahti means under, right? Under. तो tahti arjulihim, under their feet or below their feet. So not you don't see any of, right? There is no belonging. But because this tahti we say is a special mudaf, that's why arjul is not arjulu, it's not arjula, it is arjuli with kasra. Why with kasra? Because it becomes mudaf ilayhi, right? Because tahta is playing a mudaf role, and arjul, it's coming after mudaf, it should be mudaf ilayhi. So that's why it is arjuli. So tahta arjuli. Right now I'm just saying tahta, but it's actually it's tahti. So tahta arjulihim, under their feet, right? Or below their feet. Now why it is not tahta? Now why it is tahti? Because there is a harjar before it, and we just learned here, right, that all these words should be in mansoob status, but if there is a harf jar before them, then they will be in jar form. So now we see before tahti there is min. Min is a harf jar. So that's why now this tahta becomes tahti. فاصبر على ما يقولون وسبح بحمد ربك قبل طلوع الشمس. Alright. Now if you see technically it's a series of mudaf ilayhi. Well, let's start off that, right? So qabla means before, we learned it. Qabla means before. Tulu means like rising, right? Or sunrise. Tulu, technically, if I go with word to word, tulu shamsi. So tulu shamsi means rising of the sun, right? Technically, it's a mudaf ilayhi. So tulu is mudaf, shamsi is mudaf ilayhi. So word to word, if I go, we'll say like rising of the sun, which means like sunrise, right? Qabla. So if you see qabla, after qabla, you see tulu'i. Tulu'i is not tulu'u, it's not tulu'a, it is tulu'i. Why tulu'i? Because qabla is playing mudaf role. And when you have a mudaf before a word, that word, the next word should be mudafun ilayhi, which means it should be in jar status. So that's why it's tulu'i. It's not tulu'a, it's not tulu'u. Tulu'i. So qabla tulu'i shamsi. Before the sunrise or before the rising of the sun. And same thing here, وَقَبْلَ الْغُرُوبِ. So because why al-ghurubi is in kasra or jar form? Because of qabla. Qabla is playing a mudaf role. Qabla is a special mudaf. Same thing here, وَلَتَعْلَمُنَّ نَبَأَهُ بَعَدَ حِينٍ. حين means normally is time. And then now heen or this word, you see it is in jar form, kasra. Why? Because it is coming after mudaf. And when there is a word after mudaf, it should be mudafun ilayhi. And mudafun ilayhi must be in jar status. That's why heen is not heenun, it's not heenan, it is heenin. Because bada. Bada is mudaf. ثم بعثناكم من بعد موتكم, right? From after your death, right? Mautikum are two words. Kum is pronoun. We'll learn it later. But mautikum like your death. Maut means death. But mautikum, your death. And ba'adi mautikum, after your death. Right? So now because of ba'da, maut is not mautu, it's not mauta, it is mauti in jar status. Right? Why? Because ba'da. And why ba'da is become ba'di now? Because of min. Min is a harf jar. We learned that those special mudaf will be in jar form if there is a harf jar coming before them. So now mim is or min is a harf jar, and min is converting or changing this ba'da to ba'di. So mim ba'di, and because of ba'di, this maut is in jar form. Mautikum. Mim ba'di mautikum. From after your death. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وآله وصحبه بارك وسلم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.